Yo. You already know what it is. Wosters. What's poppin'? Shit, it's been a minute. I'm back on this thing. I got another reaction, scary type TikTok shit for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I like doing this shit. I like engaging in the channel. Again, like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, share the videos. Let's get us out there, man. You feel me? Wosters moving. Last video was up to 500, damn near 6. We're going to get this one to about 1K. You know what I'm saying? Like, share. Let's go, Wosters. We're in the movement. Let's go.
Most evil serial killer is about to be released, and they're going to decide whether they're going to release him or not.
That, like, now?
Tomorrow.
What the fuck?
So, I'm gonna tell you the story.
Okay.
And I want you to let me know
if
you think this guy should be let out.
I bet. No, I'm already saying I'm pre-no.
So, his name is Robert Pickton.
Yeah.
Robert William Pickton, actually. They call him Willie. Now, Willie, I don't really blame him so much because he has such a terrible backstory, but he had a abusive father. He grew up in a farm. And his whole family, they were almost had this very like rural feel to them. No matter what they did, it was kind of dirty. It was always very rugged. They weren't living in great conditions. The house was always a mess. It was always smelly. He would get bullied when he went to school for smelling like a farm animal.
Okay, that's kind of...
And all the kids and people that have done interviews about Willie, they said, yo, we were terrible to the Picktons just because where they came from.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, they had one of the biggest pork farms, like pig farms, in British Columbia. Literally one of the biggest. So if you were in the 80s and you're eating pork, it was probably from this farm because it's one of the biggest.
Wow.
When Willie grew up, he was still kind of like, you know, hard about being bullied and stuff. Oh, there's a crazy backstory. So there was one time, this is still when he was a child, his mother was driving him and his brother, and they accidentally ran over some kid. So they're driving on the road and ran over some kid. Anyways, the mother hops out and notices, oh shit, we just ran over this kid. And Willie and the other brother are like, oh fuck, what do we do? You know what the mother does?
What?
Looks at him and sees that he's injured and decides, oh man, he's probably dead. They toss him to the lake. They toss him to the lake. But check this out. Later, when the police find the body, they brought it to the hospital, and they found out that the boy didn't die from his injuries. He died from drowning.
Oh, so he was still alive.
It was the mother's fault for putting him in the lake. And you can imagine, as a kid, he was seeing his mother have like no remorse for a human body.
Wow. That shit is crazy. Bitches be tripping. And on the backstory though of that shit's a little crazy. So if y'all didn't hear that in the beginning, Canada is releasing one of the most like craziest serial killers, a part of their country tradition, whatever the fuck. So now they're releasing him apparently whenever the fuck they released him, and now he's out. So that's the main story, and now I don't fucking know what's gonna happen to him. Get the fuck on.
We got a tape recorder sitting there by a radio whenever you're ready. We'll keep it running. If it starts up again, just key up and we'll record a little bit of it. Just didn't want to think we all screw loose. Got water. All go to bed. Yes, all it is now is just an orange glow. That's all I can see. That's all you can see from there? You guys still watching on the other side of the river there? Yes, sir. Just an orange glow. Where did it go to? Up to the river or what? Because the sun is coming up. Better not be. It's awful early. Awful early for the sun fever, Joe. I don't think the sun would just be in that one spot. I think it's moving out, you guys. Oh, we're watching. We moved up to a higher vantage point, so you tell us what it does. Well, listen. hear it? I hope. 'Cause it's your cold out here.
Now, I mean, not to discredit that, that might be 100% real, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, we can't see the shit. So I don't know. I don't know. Drop down in the comments what y'all think that shit is. 'Cause I really don't know. I really don't know.
Clean up a collapsed bridge in the water. We hopped on a boat with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to find out. Seeing the Key Bridge up close is shocking, and it's hard to describe how massive this wreckage is. The ship, the Dali, is almost twice as long as the tallest building in Baltimore.
Damn.
Most of the fallen bridge is now in the dark underwater.
What people need to know is that under the water and into the mud line, under surface, the wreckage is extremely collapsed, and the destruction is far more significant than what you see out here. And while this is very jarring, when you get to look at the 3D images that we've been able to assemble, you can start to grasp how complex it is to be able to lift this type of wreckage from the seabed.
Wow.
Colonel Pinchason is helping lead the salvage effort as part of the Unified Command, which is a group of experts from various military branches and government agencies. They are surveying the wreck with sonar imagery, and then divers are going down in the dark and physically touching the wreckage to verify those images. Above water, they're cutting parts of the bridge with torches and hauling the debris to Trade Point Atlantic in Baltimore County. The goal is to get the port partially reopened by the end of April and totally reopened by the end of May.
That's a big ass bridge. That's a big ass bridge, y'all. That shit that happened in Baltimore. What y'all think about that shit? Personally, I think it could have been an attack. Cause like when you see the video, right? You see the damn boat doing this. And it's like the power go out and it come back on and that motherfucker go boom. You know what I mean? But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I do hope the people, whoever, you know what I'm saying, was in there, that wreckage that, you know what I'm saying, that they was looking for, I do hope that they was found. It is a fucked up, truly fucked up situation. Hope nothing but the best will be more on that bridge, man. Real. Word up. If y'all in here, tap in, showing love, you feel me? And show love to whoever tapping in from whatever city, state, country. Let me know, man. But be more, y'all gonna make it out on the other side, for sure.
At most, you're destroying a few cities.
If this is fired, you will have less than 30 minutes to prepare.
No, this thing is too big to be mounted on an ICBM. See, there's the plane right there. With the bomb exposed like that, it would be picked up on radar and intercepted in no time.
If Russia unleashed just one of these Tsar bombs on Japan, it would obliterate not only Japan, but also both North and South Korea.
Damn.
Not even remotely close. Just a city or two.
Shockingly, Russia only needs 3 of these giant bombs to make the United States uninhabitable.
So now you're saying 3. Still wrong. You're gonna need thousands.
And just 2 to destroy the entirety of Europe.
Wow. This video is painfully wrong. If you want a more detailed explanation as far as how wrong, please click the link in the pinned comment below.
So, look, know what I'm saying? I don't know if niggas dropping bombs. You feel me? I think, honestly, that's the last thing that anyone wants to do in this matter is to drop a nuke. The politics around that shit is surrounding it is crazy as fuck. Okay, how close do you want to be to that shit? I kind of thought I wanted to be a politician, stand up for my black folk. That's probably about as close as politician government that I want to be. I don't want to know shit about none of that. None of it. But I probably will. It comes with the territory. Oh well.
People don't know that beneath Yellowstone National Park is a massive volcano. But what would happen if it erupted? The Yellowstone volcano is absolutely massive, as it's 60 kilometers long, 29 kilometers wide, and 8 kilometers deep, and has erupted 3 times in total. The first eruption was 2.1 million years ago, the second eruption was 1.3 million years ago, and the most recent eruption was 631,000 years ago. If Yellowstone did erupt, it would have a devastating impact on North America. If you happen to be within 65 kilometers of the center of the volcano, you would be in immediate danger of being buried in lava. Further out from the eruption, cities like Boise, Denver, and Salt Lake City would be extremely devastated by up to a meter of hot volcanic ash, and even coastal regions would see a dusting of ash. However, this would be highly dependent on weather patterns and time of year. So that's why
I believe the purpose of the uncanny valley feeling today is to help us identify people who are possessed by demons. The uncanny valley defense mechanism or sensation tells us to stay away from anything that almost looks human but is not. Even though people who are possessed by demons quote-unquote look human and are human, in the moment of possession they are not. And so the uncanny valley feeling in your mind tells you to stay clear of this person because they are possessed by a demon and may cause harm. That is why demon-possessed serial killers, right before they hurt somebody, they often have the same type of facial expressions. They often get that glazed-over psychopathic stare, a wide scary grin, their face gets all contorted, and often their own eyes sometimes become black before they attempt to hurt somebody. Exhibit A, Theodore Bundy, also famously known as Ted Bundy. He was a famous serial killer who murdered over 36 people. According to psychiatrist Dorothy Lewis, who interviewed Ted Bundy, she stated that Ted Bundy had another personality that would take over, meaning he had a split personality. Ted Bundy referred to this personality that would completely take over his mind and body as the dark entity. People who had interviewed Ted Bundy, including reporters, defense investigators, and psychiatrists, would often report that Ted Bundy's eyes would sometimes go black. During the interviews, the killer's face would physically change with his mood, and it often started with his eyes. He had blue eyes, but when he really got going, his eyes turned black, especially when he would tell the interviewer about the entity that would take over his body and mind, called the dark entity. While interviewing Ted Bundy, defense investigator Joe Alloy stated that sometimes he would emit a really foul odor that would smell like sulfur or something burning. During one interview while they were talking, he noticed an odor emanating from Bundy as his face and body contorted. He said that he felt negative electricity, and along with that came that smell. Alloy was suddenly terrified that Bundy would kill him. Now, Ted Bundy emitting a foul smell such as that of sulfur reminds me of a scene from the show Twin Peaks. In one episode, there's a scene where the killer, who's possessed by the demon Bob, kills his niece in his own home. But right before the killing happens, the niece states that something smells like it's burning, which suggests that when Leland got possessed right before he murdered his niece, he started emitting a foul sulfur.
What y'all think about that shit? Right before a demon turned into a demon, he starts smelling like shit burning. Look at that. Right before a demon turned into a demon and killed motherfuckers, he starts smelling like he burning. Ain't that something? Flesh start burning and shit. That's crazy as fuck. What y'all think about that?
Breaking news, as it is now confirmed that Kate Middleton is suffering with cancer and in the early stages of treatment. Now, over the last few weeks, I'm sure you're aware, there has been a lot going on with Kate Middleton and the royal family, so much speculation online. One of the main points of the last week has been this photo, everybody saying about it being photoshopped, them coming out saying it was, like, it's just been nuts. Then this photo the other day where she was spotted with William, and everyone online was saying, no, it's not her, it's blah, 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 just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I think she got fed up of seeing all of this stuff online and finally just thought, let's just make an announcement, which is this video which came out today, literally in the last 10 minutes. So she said she went in for this surgery in January for something she thought wasn't cancerous, but of course it turns out that it unfortunately was. So she has now confirmed she is in the early stages of chemotherapy and treatment for this cancer, but thanked her family and William for all of the support being by her side during this time, and just said for people to respect her privacy because, I mean, she's going through a lot. So of course wishing her a speedy recovery and, you know, all of her family. But that is what's happening, so I think the controversy is fine.
Who gives a fuck, bro? Honestly, like, no disrespect, bro, but I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I hope, you know what I'm saying, if she is going through that, she gets the proper treatment, you feel me? Whatever have you. But I don't give a fuck.
So the eclipse is over, and we've already got the first thing people are freaking out about,
Eclipse
and they're calling it eclipse sickness. And apparently a lot of people felt this because they felt the need to write a lot of articles about this, and it seems insane. So the symptoms of eclipse sickness include insomnia, headaches, and irregularities in your menstrual cycle. But the question is, can a solar eclipse actually cause eclipse sickness to begin with, or is it in everybody's head? Now, according to one doctor, there is absolutely no correlation between solar eclipses and your health. It's most likely just caused by superstition, like if you think something's going to happen, your brain's going to create it whether it actually happens or not. However, this other doctor says it could be a result of flicker vertigo because of all the flashing lights due to the solar eclipse that might cause some sickness that lasts less than 24 hours. But apparently this isn't the first eclipse that people have claimed that they've gotten eclipse sickness. NASA put out this same warning back in 2017 basically saying the same thing. There's no correlation between a solar eclipse and your physical health.
I don't fucking believe NASA.
This seems crazy to me, and it seems most likely just a placebo effect because everybody built up all this anticipation and excitement about the eclipse. So it's almost like an eclipse hangover, if anything, because it's like an adrenaline dump. So if you're experiencing these symptoms, it's most likely not eclipse sickness, it's an energy dump from all the built-up anticipation and excitement.
But what I want to say is, what I've experienced is nothing. With that eclipse, though, I do want to say this. When I noticed it, I looked at it. I got a couple pictures. I recorded a video. I don't really got a good video, though. But I took a couple pictures, right? And I noticed, like, as it was leaving, it got brighter. Like the sun, I guess, it got brighter. But it didn't get back to where as bright as it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, when the eclipse left, it was just like a dimmer light, a dimmer sun, if you want to say. But then, you know what I'm saying, the next day, shit was rocking, hot as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's hot as fuck today. You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Shown that a man who had passed away, his brain was still active for around 8 minutes after death and was basically using the same patterns as dreaming. Sea levels are rising extremely rapidly all around the globe, and it's reported that coastal areas in the UK and even places like New York in America will be completely submerged by 2050. A new company have just unveiled their tech which is going to be able to record your dreams and play them back to you. Yeah. I'm not joking. Predictions have started coming true for 2024. This is the mystic Baba Vanga, who predicted things with an alarming accuracy rate of over 85%. And she had some crazy predictions for 2024, such as an economic crisis, solar storms, and loads more stuff, and they're already starting to come true. Scientists are wanting to bring back the Tasmanian tiger. Great. Well, that's a good idea. Saudi Arabia's line, which is going to be this huge project of 105 miles long, is now decreasing to 1 kilometre. What is the flipping point? But yeah, make sure you hit that follow button. I'll keep you updated on all the stuff.
I mean, I've heard about this shit about Dubai, where they're supposed to be building like a fucking line, they call it. It was, I don't know, it's supposed to be like some type of like advanced city or some shit like that. I don't know, whatever the fuck. I mean, they gonna do what the fuck they want to do. Dubai got money out the wham. You feel me? Out the wham, bam, bam. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, bro.
Believe this is happening. People are refusing to file their taxes.
I'm not surprised by this.
Good! Fuck them taxes!
Times in human history and in our stories, movies, everything what have you, when the kings and nobles would come down and they would tax the peasants and working class far too much, and they simply went, we don't have that money. What do you want from us? And so then they go in, they'll try to scare them, they'll try to arrest them, maybe even try to beat some of them, and say, like, you have to pay the ruling class. We're taking our taxes. This is what we do. And so this is pretty common. When people don't have any more money and their current government continues to demand more money of them, they're just simply not going to give them the money. It's a form of protest. It's a form of pushback. We've seen this so much throughout history, and I think with everybody not being able to afford their damn groceries and rent, this is only going to happen more, and it's going to have a ripple effect across government infrastructure.
Yeah, I feel like that. I mean, if we all don't, but I mean, it's not really a way to not pay taxes. I mean, you go to the store, buy something, boom. Whatever the fuck you eat, whatever the fuck you drink, whatever the fuck you use for recording purposes, a phone, headphones, a computer, PC, all of this shit has tax on it, bro. All of cars, appliances, houses, internet, phone bill, I mean, give or take a couple dollars of taxes, but everything has taxes on it, bruh, unless you're buying it second-hand party, third-hand party, like from me to you, and I charge you $50 for a fucking table or something. But anything coming from a corporate agency is gonna have tax involved, bro. It's just what it is. We can't. I guess. I mean, fuck it. Just start taking shit. Fuck it. Don't listen to me though. But you know, whatever.
Yeah, all listen to this. The political declaration on pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response. In May 2024, 194 member states of the WHO will have their final vote on both of these international agreements. This process takes place behind closed doors. It is not reported nor discussed in our newspapers, in our national parliaments, in universities, nor in society. The WHO claims in these two legal instruments an absolute and non-questionable leadership in all health measures. As soon as WHO refers itself to pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response.
Getting ready for some world takeover type shit. WHO, World Health Organization, one of the biggest damn gangsters in this motherfucker throughout the country. They done made more motherfucking laws that passed that was for some bullshit than the motherfucking government did. I promise you they did. I promise you. The World Health Organization is the organization that's making shit legal for them to put fucking vaccines in our fucking lettuce, in our foods, and fucking oranges and shit. They are approving the fucking lab-grown meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck is working for these motherfuckers? Like, the reptilians?
Many of you have heard about the school shooting that happened in Nashville, Tennessee, a short time back. And there were two things that happened that has not been in the news. One is when the shooter drove up to the property and got out of the parking lot, the shooter was right beside the playground. There were 50 kids on the playground. They could have opened up with that automatic weapon and killed 50 kids and not even had to break in a door.
Right.
But apparently they didn't see the kids. Later that day, some of those kindergartners went home to their parents and said, "Mommy, Daddy, there was a golden dome over the playground today, and we saw angels." God hid them from view with a golden dome that the shooter couldn't see through, apparently. And angels were there to make sure the kids were okay. Then, in the classroom where the shooter was taken down, the officers that broke the door down and took down the shooter said when they saw her, there was a black cloud floating above her head. They took her down, and immediately the black cloud dissipated. Folks, there is an unseen world. And Christians who say this is all only happened in Bible times or only happened in Africa, doesn't happen here today in an enlightened society, that's exactly what Satan wants us to believe.
Wow.
We need to wake up and open our eyes and reread Ephesians 6. Our real enemies are not flesh and blood. The girl doing the shooting wasn't the enemy. It was the unseen being influencing her. Keep praying, because prayer works. God loves you, and I love you.
Damn. That's powerful. God put that golden angel over them kids to protect them from them shooters. Whew. Goodness gracious. God let us show out, don't he? Amen. Amen. Truthfully, no, I didn't hear of any Nashville shooting. I didn't hear of that. That is unfortunate. It is unfortunate that we are hearing about that more commonly now in today's society. 10 years ago, that shit was 10, 15, 20 years ago. There was no school shootings. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a rarity. You know what I mean? And it's still a rarity to have a school shooting or, you know what I'm saying, a church shooting or, you know what I'm saying, anything involving kids. You know what I'm saying? Period. I don't know, man. I don't know what they plan on doing. I couldn't tell you. Just pray every day. You know what I'm saying? I got mine. He good with me. He good with his mom's. Make sure he's safe. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no problems. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? I said, help them kids in Nashville, you know what I'm saying? Never have to experience that shit again. Them, the staff, all of that. That was it, y'all, for that one. That little video. Appreciate y'all for coming into the channel again. Got a nice little warm up. We're gonna warm up into it. I got a few more videos we're gonna get into. You know what I'm saying? And shit gonna get deeper every time. You know what I'm saying? Stick around, stay with the channel, stay with the Wolsters. Put us in the algo so we grow and get put out there. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that we coming. You know what I'm saying? Yo, appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Whoa.